Are they shouting again? A door closes, and a tall figure emerges onto the back deck. She knows who it is by the limp in his gait, the way he carefully leans against the railing so as not to jostle his bruised body. There's a seagull chirping, a car door slamming, and then silence. She turns away from the house and all its chaos and pain. The 5 people she loves most are inside. How do friends that became family turn back into strangers? Chloe stands and walks to the edge of the ocean. The waves lap against her bare feet, and she watches as her toes sink into the sand. She takes one step into the water, and then another. She flings her dress over her head, revealing the bikini that has barely left her body this week, and dives under. Immediately, the cool water erases any lingering traces of hot Florida sun. The whirring silence of being underwater is a welcome break from the constant echo of shouts. She swims out as far as she can, and when she finally surfaces, it's the smell she notices first. She doesn't think much of it, assuming it's another one of the elaborate bonfires being set up. Or maybe a spill of kerosene from the tiki torches. But when she hears the shriek, Chloe knows something is wrong. She turns around and sees flames on the back deck. They spread quickly, the entire back of the house soon engulfed. She swims to shore, her heart and breath in a competition to see which one is going to give out first. Her eyes scan the shoreline, trying to count the friends running out of the house. It happened so fast. Chloe thinks that a whole house shouldn't burn so quickly. But it does. Giant clouds of gray smoke billow up into the sky as she hears sirens approaching. When she finally reaches the sand, she's grateful for the first time this week that they've gathered close together. The water beads on her bare skin as she joins her friends, their eyes focused on the flames. Everyone's breath is ragged. No one is speaking, paralyzed by shock and fear. She counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sloane, Alden, Marianne, Wyatt. When the house explodes, the flames having reached the propane tank in the basement, Chloe's eyes dart back and forth from the house to the beach, scanning for another person. "Luke!" Chloe screams. But no one answers. Chapter 1. Last year. Chloe's face tilted upward. The brightness of the sun made everything seem orange through her shut lids. "What are you doing?" Luke asked. "I'm photosynthesizing." He laughed. "What does that mean?" Chloe's lids fluttered open. She glanced toward her boyfriend, wondering when the edges of embarrassment had started creeping into Luke's laughter. "I'm soaking in the sun," Chloe plainly explained. Winter felt unbearable. "You always say that." "Because it's always true," Chloe replied, turning her face back toward the sky. "What happened to your shoes?" Luke picked up the leather sandals Chloe had kicked off moments earlier. "It's called grounding. One of the artists at the gallery was talking about it. It's good for our bodies to be barefoot." "I don't know how you deal with those crazy artists." Luke handed Chloe her sandals. "Maybe you could test this theory somewhere other than Central Park. There's no telling what happened on that patch of grass. At minimum, it's full of dog piss." Chloe stared at her feet, the fresh spring grass poking between her toes. Luke was probably right. But it wasn't like she had other options. She suffered through the unbearably cold winters surrounded by dirty snow and too much concrete. She needed warmth and fresh air and nature. And for one perfect March day, New York had delivered. It was a tease. Next week, she'd be bundled in a parka, and the weather report would threaten snow. But New York always gave Chloe one warm serotonin-boosting day, and she wasn't going to waste a minute of it. She reached for her sandals, slipping them back on her feet, as Luke wrapped his arm around her waist.